Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. Welcome to this full moon collective reading. This will be a full moon in Gemini collective reading, a cosmic turning point, as I like to say. You can find the timestamp below in the description box. Just hit that more button below for the actual tarot and oracle messages. But if you'd like to feel more into the astrology of the times and the deeper meaning behind this full moon cycle, then sit down and take a seat. On December 15th, the full moon will be in Gemini. Playful energy, a wide spectrum of thought, a good time to decompress, as this full moon marks the end of Mercury retrograde, which is Gemini's ruling planet. Lifting the fog from our mental realms and clearing the air for long-awaited clarity. Of course, there's a bit of a post-shadow effect, and the full moon's a great time to release some of the stagnation that's been built up. It's a good time for introspection. Mercury's direct motion invites us to reconnect and articulate our truths, especially during Sag season, with the weight of wisdom we've gained, especially as this full moon not only wraps up the last month's cycle, but also the end of 2024 as we embark on a new calendar year. Meanwhile, Neptune, I've been waiting for this moment, is direct as of December 7th in Pisces. It's weaving together these dreamy threads, this ethereal energy consciousness into reality, Saturn direct, where maybe some clouded visions are going to be dissolved a bit and inspiring us to be more creative and adaptable, peering into the dream world. Mars retrograde in Leo will be occurring till February 23rd. So also it's a time to really feel into the external planets that are now direct. You know, we still have Pluto and Aquarius now, right? Saturn direct, Neptune direct. It's urging us to rebuild with care, attentiveness, and methodical action. This cosmic backdrop, as I like to say, isn't without tension, naturally. But as I like to say, where the tension lies is where the growth truly is. Jupiter and Mercury, both squaring Saturn in Pisces, is creating this expand, contract dynamic. We've been feeling into this with Jupiter and Gemini, Saturn and Pisces over the last year or so. So this is nothing really new, but with the applied pressure of Mercury and Sagittarius, we're really feeling this a bit more. And Saturn is the gatekeeper, truly, between past lives and present. And it's about applying discipline and structure. And that not only incorporates a culmination of wisdom and perspective, but also asks us to have a more future-oriented approach, while still loosening the grip on outcomes and expectations. True surrender is what Saturn in Pisces is testing us with. And I've used this analogy for quite some time on how this feels like trying to make a sandcastle stay, when the shifts of the tides are meant to wash away things that no longer serve our growth, right? With this full moon, what are you needing to release? Jupiter in Gemini is all about perspective and observation. Where do you need to compromise between the two? This expand, contract. Dig deeper and always question your true intentions behind any goals you may have at this time. Also, Venus meets Pluto in Aquarius, a powerful conjunction till January 2nd, approximately. Electrifies our relationships, desires, and creative visions. Themes of transformation, naturally, empowerment, and radical authenticity are brought to the forefront. It can be a very seductive energy, kind of like Lilith, Black Moon Lilith. Themes around oppression and power struggles within relationships, what we value, Venus, are being brought to the forefront at this time. Aquarius represents to me equanimity in partnerships. And equanimity is the steady calm that allows love to flow without attachment. Venus in Aquarius values connection built on freedom and authenticity, not control. It invites us to honor individuality in relationships, finding beauty in the balance between closeness and space. What outdated dynamics or attachments are you ready to shed to step into your most liberated self? The full moon in Gemini reminds us that duality exists not as a contradiction, but as harmony. Even as those square-offs challenge us to rethink our limits and ambitions, and as Venus and Pluto call us into profound transformation, the cosmos invite us and provide us with a moment to pause, reflect, and align. What story will you tell under this luminous full moon? What connections will you honor? And what truths will you finally speak? Now let's get into the reading. Hello, my lovely collective. Thank you for tuning in to this full moon in Gemini reading. The expand contract is real, especially with Gemini as well. I have to mention it's duality at its finest. It's the twins. So not only do we have this square off that I presented to you, but Gemini in itself, this full moon is kind of a walking contradiction, and it can feel that way, this push pull, especially with the relationships. Gemini does represent the lovers, and I'm getting reminded to suggest also to remember that it's about choice, and that can be hard for Gemini. So these are big themes that are coming up around this full moon. Is what choices are we making that are impacting this next cycle, right? Not only again the next full new moon cycle, but also for 2025. And again, thank you for joining me here. Thank you for trusting in me. We go pretty deep here, and I honor the space that we get to create together. If you could drop a comment below with your placements, your story, how you relate to this reading. I truly appreciate your feedback and sharing with me your personal experiences that you're going through at this time. And also subscribe, right? It's a free way to support me as a reader and this channel to grow and reach more people. And again, all those helpful links are below, my playlist. I also do free monthly astrology and general readings and love readings. If you're new to my channel, check them out. I am working through December. I'm almost done with my December readings. And I do have a Chiron playlist as well, since Sag represents the wounded healer, the wounded warrior. Deeper truths that we are finding, with this Gemini Sag kind of energy. They're both the messengers of the gods. So it is very important for us to understand that part of our chart, Chiron, this place of healing, so that we may seek higher truths that are not from a limited or lack mindset, a wounded place. There's a lot of lessons in those places, and that's what Saturn is showing us with the square off, is that the limitations to our triggers, to our traumas. And as we get to know our chart and that it is an evolutionary process, we can heal those parts of our chart and step more into our North Node. I do also have a North and South Node playlist below. You can find that as well. All right, let's dive in here. Let's see what we have for the collective. The collective messages for this full moon in Gemini: ancestors, guides, allies, ascended masters. Please show me the truth for this full moon in Gemini reading. Thank you again for joining me here. One more card, please, for my collective. What is this full moon in Gemini presenting to us at this time? What energies are we needing to focus on? Faith again on the bottom. It showed up again. Faith reminds me of, it's the number 10 here. So that's Saturn, midheaven, looking at your midheaven in your chart, or north node as well. Guiding system. It was in reverse. So it's suggesting, again, a lack of faith. Faith is 9th house. Because 9th house Sag season, November, or December, sorry. There might be a message there for some of you. What happened in November during the last moon cycle? I do have that full moon in Taurus reading. A lack of faith. Some of you might feel like this expand, contract is causing you to lose faith in something. But Sag is, again, Chiron, dig deeper. It's okay to be tested. It's okay to feel the pressures. Again, where the tension lies is where the growth is. Resilience is built. A test in faith to self. Because we do have this energetic shield and vibration card as well here presenting itself. So there is something about making sure that in order to keep the faith, that you are protecting your energy. There is a level of volatility naturally with Mercury and Mars retrograde, right? But again, as we exit Mercury retrograde, I feel like the mental stimulation is going to kind of disperse a bit. It's going to be alleviated, a less pressure within our thoughts, this mental static. But again, Mars will be about not forcing. Mars in Leo is actually very positive because Mars is a fire planet, Aries, and Leo is a fire sign. So it is exalted to some extent, but fire meets fire. So there can be a lot of push where we have to learn how to draw back. As I like to say, that Jedi pause. So that we can balance our energies, energetic shield here. There is a lot around protection so that you have faith. The numbers here I'm seeing are 10, 20, 34, and 7. 2 7s here. 7 in Tarot. 7 is a very spiritual number, but 7 is also about persistence. Again, there's a test of fate. A fate for some of you. You could feel like something's fated, or again, there's a test to your faith, your conviction, your resilience, your stamina. What are you standing up for, and what are you no longer willing to stand for? And this Gemini energy is asking you to be empathetic, gain perspective. You know, this is kind of King and Queen of Swords energy. So this is from a logical, balanced place where it's not from a place of destruction or anger or volatility. Of course, we can allow those emotions to come up. But when we feel like we are operating from this type of energy, why? Who are we around? Why is this coming up? And how can we protect ourselves so that we can preserve this faith, believing in a higher power, a higher calling? I'm going to read about faith here for you, because this is really the true testament that is coming up at this time for my collective. It says here, at each stage of your soul's evolutionary ladder into expanded consciousness, a leap of faith is needed. Taking that leap of faith within you is choosing to jump without the reassurance of a safety net. It is choosing to move forward regardless of whether there is absolute certainty that things will work out the way you wish. Take the leap into the unknown requires great courage. It's about trusting spirit despite not knowing what lies before you. This card encourages you to let go and allow the universe to take care of you. And the affirmation here is, I have faith. The wisdom of my heart continues to light my way. So as you leap into the unknown, I'm getting kind of reminded of the Fool energy. Because the Fool also does represent faith, right? They have to have faith in this journey that they're embarking on. Just know that you are protected and this kind of trustful. Having faith in yourself, having faith that whatever decisions you're making, right, Gemini, are going to light the path ahead. And even if you might make a detour or a perceived bad choice, Saturn will facilitate those choices for you. And if you feel there is tension, right? If you feel like there's a vibrational match or unmatch, go with that. It's a very energetic, vibrational feeling right now, especially with Venus in Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius represents electricity. So instead of maybe listening to the words of others or the actions of others, Mercury and Mars, it's about frequency. Like attracts like is what I'm feeling. So as you embark and have faith on something new, how do you feel? Is there tension? You know, and a message I want to relay here is that I'm getting is change is never comfortable. Okay? So in order to understand, is this for my higher self? Is this for the betterment of not only me, but others? Aquarius. Don't make impulsive choices. Be methodical about it and then sit with it. And if it still feels like, ugh, then that's your answer, right? We got nature's wisdom as well here. So I think a lot of people just need to unplug a bit and get out in nature. Go sit next to a tree. I'm getting reminded with this card that trees hold such valuable wisdom. Saturn. Plant medicine, herbs, that sort of thing are going to help you to vibrate at a higher frequency at this time. It's all about frequency here. Meeting your vibrational match. And for some of you, that can be very testing, right? Like attracts like. You know, you could feel like you're meeting the same types of people. And this is something to sit back and ponder again. Give it some time. What choices are you making that are aligning you with those same energies? What's the deeper lesson, Saturn? Connect with the dead. Wow. So this is very much Pisces energy, okay? Scorpio as well. Thrombosis. This is the Death Doula Oracle. I love the imagery on these cards. I'm going to read a bit from the book here to deepen this message. Where is my book? Where is my book? I got so many books. Hold on a second. I do have it somewhere, don't I? I just had it for my readings and now I can't find it. Well, we're going to have to wing it because I can't find the book. Is it beyond my view? Is it something out of scope for you? It's feeling like something's out of scope for me. So then it's not meant for me to read from the book if I can't find it. This thrombosis is also kind of reminding me of the same kind of honeycomb pattern here. And there's also kind of this chains, you know, you see these kind of links. And I just talked about this in Cancer's reading. And there's also kind of this honeycomb energy here. If you look closely at the energy, right, the frequency behind the actual physical matter, is that some of you could actually be starting to see people's energetic fields or understanding your own. I'm getting reminded of those booths that you can go into, which can show you your energetic, what is that, like color therapy? But something also where if you feel constrained or chained, right, restricted, how can you release some of that energy? Connect with the dead, your ancestors. There's a strong ancestral presence here during this full moon. Also, I'm seeing here behind this woman is like a full moon. So for some of you, it could be literally going out and feeling the light of this full moon out in nature. Also here, it looks like a full moon or just the sun. So on that day, if there is sun out, go enjoy it. As I'm peeking through the sun here, enjoy the light on your face. I feel like that's going to help you, light therapy. Connect with the dead. There could be fear around that. Some of you might be fearing connecting to your ancestors. And if that's the case, there might be some past life regression that you need to do or healing around your ancestors, calling in healed ancestors, working with your ancestors to heal some generational curses, because the fear is here. So I'm sensing that there might be some fear around your ancestry, where you come from, your lineage. You got to kind of break through the chains here, breaking through some patterns. Saturn is showing you where the patterns are within your ancestry. All right, let's pull from, oh, we're going to pull from this deck. Okay, we never pull from this one. This is one of my oldest decks. I've had this deck for many a decade, and actually I feel like I'm being called to use this deck because this funny story. You can see how tattered it up it is. I actually was doing a reading outside during a full moon years ago, and I left it outside by accident. I had it like on my porch or something, and I left it out, and it rained, and it's still with me. So this deck has been used many a times. Has a lot of energy, and that moon water. Oh, I'm getting also reminded you might want to collect water. If it does rain on the full moon, go collect that water. It's a very powerful time to collect the water, to feel the light of the moon. There's something about the frequency of that, the day. This is any time of that day, but especially at night. Don't fear the night. You might actually feel the presence of your ancestors during the full moon. Calling in your healed ancestors if you are still working through your lineage and you feel like there might be some presence amongst you that is not so pleasant. Presence that's not pleasant. Okay, this also could just be people around you. Who's around you during the full moon, and how is that feeling for you? All right, let's see. Gemini full moon for my collective. Thank you again for being here, joining me in this space. Your likes, your comments, your subscribes. Hit that notification bell as well to stay up to date for when I post my monthly readings. I also have that Mercury retrograde reading below. All those links are below. All right, let's sage this again. Let's do this. Ancestors, guides, allies, ascended masters. What are the messages for the Gemini full moon? This full moon, December 15th. What is the messages that we have for them for their spiritual growth? Bringing insight, awareness, purpose, love, and freedom to all those that find these readings. Okay. Here's that King of Swords. I like that. Ace of Swords. So we have the sixes here showing up. 6-6, Tower, Devil, King of Swords, Ace of Swords, a Magician in reverse, Gemini energy on the bottom. Death. There's the afterworld. This is that your ancestors. Some of you also might have a connection with horses. I am seeing that horse there, the white horse. Could be a vision that you see, or you just like horses. Horses in the animal spirit talk about stamina. And the Magician in reverse talks about a lack of power or stamina, right? It's the Magician's all about creation and vitality and physical, tangible things, right? Utilizing the four resources of the tarot: the pentacle, the wand, the cup, the sword. And it looks like the message here is that we need to sharpen our tool set a bit. And there's something about our ancestors connecting with the dead. This could be even passed down loved ones. You could do a little bit of honoring for them on the full moon, honoring any passed down loved one of yours, speaking to them with the sword. But I'm also just getting the message of sharpening your sword, sharpening your tools. What resources do you have that can help you connect with the past to heal, to balance things out where there was a lack of reciprocity or balance? Six of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus energy. This is very profound energy here, though. I love this. The Tower to the Devil in reverse. Wow. So the evil, I heard the evil of the world is dismantling. And this is that Aquarius energy. Like I said, Pluto conjunct Venus in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius conjunct Venus in Aquarius. Okay, this is Uranus meets Pluto. Very much so the power of the great reveal, right? The wool being pulled from her eyes, rubbing off the sleepies, Neptune direct. This is, again, logic. Seeing things from a very logic, balanced perspective. Fairness. Truth. Insight. Downloads. Sword is mental. This is also releasing toxicity around us. I see that this is great reveals around the evils of the world. This could be studying things. King of Swords is a scholar. Studying up on devilish tendencies within you and around you, right? Because this is an archetype that lives amongst this world, this earthly realm, very much so. And its presence is very much known now. Again, Aquarius. It's a revolutionary act to reveal many things that have been kind of swept under the rug. And this full moon is blasting this insight, this awareness, these thoughts, these downloads into our perception. Gemini also governs and rules the sword. So very much so a massive purge of the mind. There could be a lot of insight coming in where it can feel like overwhelming, Magician in reverse, where you feel powerless. But realize that the power is coming from your ancestors if you call upon them. Of course, we have to ask. We have to praise. We have to offer. We have to ask for assistance. Six of Pentacles. You don't have to go this alone. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you might feel like you do, or people will understand you. But if you speak more, your truth, the people that are meant to be in your life will be. And the people that aren't meant to be in your life will be exiting. The more that you can proclaim and pray, not only to your ancestors, your spirit team, the more that things will come into awareness for you. The Six of Swords is in reverse here. This is Aquarius energy. And it's in reverse. So this is a delay on initiation. So the initiation is really on you. Ace of Swords. It starts with self. Okay? It starts with you. You have to speak it to believe it, is what I'm hearing. Speak it to believe it. Where are you harboring ill will or resentment? Forgiveness is required. I just saw the Knight of Cups on the bottom, Eight of Swords in reverse. Gemini energy. Let's pull from the Moonology. Wow. It might be a hard realization around codependency, substance abuse, toxic relationships, family. You know, this is around the holidays. For some of you that celebrate, you know, you could be feeling that there's things that you have to disconnect from with the devil that are not allowing you to move into the Six of Swords. They're not allowing a safe harbor. You know, the direction forward, Six of Swords, isn't clear, but it will be clear as long as you clear out the muck. But you have to regain your power. You have to call on assistance from your guides. And Death is here to proclaim the things that no longer serve you anymore, that are keeping you out of balance. Sixes are all about balance, and we have two here. You know, the 6 comes after the 5. So the change has occurred for most of you, I would say, but the 6s are in reverse. So it's like almost having to go back to what it is that you're choosing, what it is that you're deciding to change. And feeling in your conviction, in your power with your choices. And again, like I mentioned earlier, if there is any sort of stagnation or like, I don't know if this is the right time to make this choice, call upon your guides. They're going to assist you during this full moon. And also just give it a little bit of thought before you make impulsive decisions so that you can move forward with clarity, Six of Swords, into peaceful, calmer waters. Also, I'm getting reminded to not take on other people's energies here. Remember, we saw energetic protection. Know that you are protected, you are loved, but you have to utilize the power, the magician. You have to make those choices. You have to believe that you are a free will sovereign being. And calling back all parts of self, I'm hearing soul regression. As I was saying that, my phone just decided to stop. Mercury retrograde as I'm recording this. So technology can definitely be a thing, right? Miscommunication, volatility, projecting. But there is something about calling back parts of self. Maybe there are darker energies that you have to protect yourself from that are not in a higher frequency. They're lower astral energies that might be in your energy. And so we have to call back parts of self with forgiveness. Hold your vision. Hold your vision, dear one. Don't lose sight of your goal, your objective, the magician. Ace of Swords, hold your vision. This is fixed energy. Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio. Strong Scorpio here, by the way, Gemini. We do have Aquarius as well. We have Capricorn. Yeah, lots of fixed signs here. Okay? The energy is gaining momentum. This is the magician in reverse. There is something about the energy that's gaining momentum. I'm also getting reminded with the magician in reverse is that it's like a slow burn. Remember, this volatility, this expand, contract energy, it can be impulsive. So we have to learn how to temper ourselves. Sag season, temperance. Luck is on your side, but prudence and patience is required. Again, surrender. We cannot force or coerce. And there could be people around you, the magician, devil in reverse, that are operating from manipulative tactics, energies to keep you oppressed. And also with the energy gaining momentum, as I'm getting, is that truth is being revealed. The more that you can protect your own energy and honor your ancestors through praise, prayer, whatever you do, ritual, because that's that luck on your side. They're on your side here. They're guiding you to your vision. They're saying maintain your vision, your dreams, your goals. Luck is on your side if you focus on what's important for you. And the energy is gaining momentum to shed light and awareness on the truth. It will come back into balance the more that you hold your vision here. I'm getting the song, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I love that. What do we want to pull from, guides? Yeah. Anatorian, Oracle of Echoes. Let's see what we have for this Gemini full moon. What is it that they need to release? What is it they need to release here? What needs to be released during this full moon? Depression, trust, loss, chaos. Yeah, chaos magic for some of you as well with the devil magician in reverse. If you are in situations, people, places, things that are causing you to feel this way, right? This is all about frequency. You know, and let's be honest here. Living on planet Earth, we are constantly bombarded by chaos and volatility. There's a lot of changes that are occurring naturally with this age of Aquarius. And if you want to go deeper with me into a personal reading, I'm getting reminded of human design. If you don't know what it is, I do a blend of Western astrology and human design readings. 2027 is going to be a massive transformation. We're preparing for that now. There's no coincidence ever with this cosmic stew, as I like to say. And all these pieces play into this massive change and shift of the 400-year Yuga cycle. 2027 is going to be the rise of the sleeping phoenix. I'm getting reminded with the imagery on this card. Awakening our inner force. We also have Neptune going into Aries. And I'll do a whole other reading on that at another time when we get there. April, okay? So it is going to be about self. I am the power of self, Aries. And yes, there are going to be consequences to how we handle that. If we're doing it with blunt force, manipulative tactics, then there will be consequences to our actions. And we will see the downfall of many that are choosing to operate from chaos and destructive behaviors. So, although it might feel like a loss and there might be people that are leaving your life at this time, let it happen. Trust that you are protected and you are loved. Value your heart. Focus on what your heart feels. Frequency matters. Awaken an inner force here that is preparing you for this massive purge. What else here? What else here for this honesty? Yeah, wow, that's the Ace of Swords, honesty. Truth shall set you free, but first it will piss you off, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, there might be moments of lower fatigue, energies, Mars retrograde with this depressive energy, depression, just feeling in a funk at times. It's okay. We're humans. We have the right to feel. It's not all love and light and positivity, but the more that we stay in a cycle, if we notice the people around us, we observe our behaviors, we reframe the mind, the power of the mind, Ace of Swords, King of Swords. There's a therapeutic tool that I utilize and I talk about pretty frequently on my channel is reframing. And there's a link below if you're new to this concept. It's a simple process to become more honest with ourselves and to trust our intuition. I see with this full moon for my collective, it's going to help you gain a better perspective, more optimism, getting out of doubt and fear, and focusing on health. What makes you happy? What makes you feel clear and focused? Let's focus on that rather than doubt and worry and blame and victimization. When we feel that we're in a funk, observe why. Let yourself rest, but get yourself out of chaotic situations if you can, right? Again, we live in a world that we're going to have constant energetic kind of awakenings with this magician devil in reverse, right? We're going to have to deal with these types of archetypes within us and around us. But we can have healthy boundaries. The more that we can trust ourselves and trust our spirit team that we are protected, calling that in for ourselves. It says, I release the need to know all the answers. Yes, very much so. We're feeling that with Saturn and Pisces. In health, I will honor the physical vessel that enriches my soul. What enriches you? What brings you back to clarity? Where do you feel focused? Where do you feel driven and motivated in life? This is what you're calling back. Prioritizing your well-being. Prioritizing not only physical health, but energetic health, right? I call it energetic hygiene. Through meditation, breath work, rest, ritual, pray, tarot, divination, nature. And being brutally honest with yourself during this full moon in Gemini. Let's see here. Ancestors, guides, allies. What is the closing message for this Gemini full moon reading? What is the closing messages? Advice, please. Okay, introspection, yeah. So if you are in doubt and depression, or again, if you're dealing with someone, it is important to seek counsel. Ooh, Egyptian culture, my favorite. It says, seek out the counsel of those whose lives and creative work you most admire. Again, what makes you feel good? What feels like an energetic match? Where it feels good in the body. It doesn't feel so chaotic. Look at this. Introspection and sacred space. I love the images on this creativity oracle. It says, use beauty, art, music, and creativity of all kinds to put you in a sacred space. And introspection. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and divinity of life. Yes, very much what I've been saying is getting out in nature, prioritizing health. What is an energetic match? What isn't? Giving yourself time and patience. Listening to your yeses and your nos. And seeking out counsel for when you just don't know the answers, or you feel this chaotic energy around you, or doubt that keeps prevailing. If something in your life constantly feels like chaos and doubt and worry and fear, then it's time to release that. You're not meant to stay stuck or stagnant in that energy for too long, because let's be honest, the Magician in reverse with the Devil in reverse. I like seeing the Devil in reverse because the Tower with the Devil in reverse signifies that most of you here are now witnessing it and allowing things to fall, letting it go, being honest, making healthy decisions. But we have to be mindful also of, I lost my train of thought, but now I have another one, is with the Magician here in the Council, is there is going to be this dismantling of false idols. There could be people that you thought, because the Death is with the Magician, there could be people that you put on a pedestal with the Magician Devil, that you're now realizing the power is within, what was within you all along, as you create sacred space and energetic protection. You start to realize, again, 2027 is the rise of the sleeping phoenix, this Aries energy that's gaining momentum, about a sense of purpose, self. I am powerful. I hold all the resources within, and I trust in my ancestors, my guides, to protect and provide me this counsel. I don't need it always from external. Of course, there are people that are energetic matches for you, but you're going to start to see more clearly who isn't. This is change. For a change, do something you usually do a certain way in a different way. Yep. This could be changing a routine, changing who you go to for advice. I'm getting reminded here also with friends and family and close partnerships, is if people are operating from, say, depression, loss, fear, a lack mindset in general, we can show empathy and love and forgiveness to those. But we also have to realize that, where are we getting our advice from? Because there can be people that want you to stay stuck to a certain frequency, a certain energy, where you're meant to grow and evolve here. Death. Because people, the devil, right? The devil energy, they want you to stay where they're at. So it's an easy place to manipulate and control. And sometimes people do this subconsciously. It's not always so conscious. Most of the time it is subconscious. And it can be very subtle. And I feel like for this Gemini full moon is that people are starting to see this change. They're starting to observe the changes in others and realizing that maybe things aren't what they seem. Maybe this isn't an energetic match. Maybe this is not where I'm meant to be. And through introspection, you can deepen your awareness that not only are we all connected, right? Again, show forgiveness and love. This is not about being spiteful or vindictive to those. Because again, a lot of the time it's subconscious. Yes, there are people that are consciously operating from this place. But there are people that really don't know any better. They don't understand that this chaos has become normal. They've normalized it to some extent, right? Trauma bonding. Be mindful of trauma bonding. Be mindful of staying stuck in a pattern that is not allowing you to grow. Let's pull a closing message here. Wow, this is a deeply profound time of clarity, and it might not feel so easy. Tower. But you've made a promise to yourself. What is that promise? What are you bringing into the new year? What kind of promises are you making to yourself for this next solar return, right? Next year. Chaos again. Jeez, interesting. Wow. Chaos twice. And provide. Okay, so the message with this is reflection. Yeah, it's just it's a repeating message here with the chaos. Remember, a lot of people that are operating from chaos, magic, they don't even realize that they're doing it. So we can provide clarity to those if we feel it's necessary, or that it will be, there will be accountability. But I'm also hearing that sometimes it's unrequited. Some people don't want to change. Some people don't want to get out of the chaos. And this is merely a reflection of their past, their karma. Also, it's a mirror to you, where you see chaos in the world. What can you provide, and where can you also hold boundaries? And see the reflection in your life of when you've maybe been in that energy. And where do you want to go? What promises do you want to make to keep yourself in a more uplifted, healthy, balanced place, state of being, serenity? Calling in more serenity into your life. This full moon is about, again, this is Six of Swords energy. We did see that in reverse. So for a lot of you, it's about dismantling this chaos that's in your life as much as possible. And also, Pisces and Saturn is reminding us to keep our eyes wide open. We have to surrender to the struggle of the world. We cannot close our eyes. We have to allow the truth to be revealed to us, Tower, even if it might hurt, even if we might not want to observe. Maybe people that we put on a pedestal, relationships, friends, family. During this full moon, you're going to see a lot of reflections of other people's shadow. And it's going to show you how far you've excelled in your life. And also your limitations, Saturn, of where maybe you need some room for growth. There's a lot of mirroring that's happening. And remember that you can rise above this energy. You don't have to stay stuck or stagnant in this chaos. Be the change you wish to see in the world. There are things that you have to provide, my dear collective. There are things that you have to offer in this chaotic time that we are in. The shifts and changes that are occurring. The more that you can step into self, the more that naturally the right people and places and things will gravitate towards you. You will be an energetic match. Hold your vision. Beautiful. Hold your vision. Do not doubt the power of your manifestations. Think about your intentions, the thoughts behind the actions, your limiting beliefs. I'm getting reminded also, and I will share a link below, on the evil eye, because that's a strong message here as well, and it's something that I've been looking into. I will provide a link of insightful, what is he? He studies the Kabbalah. Rabbi, he's a rabbi. And some of his points I'm a little bit like, I'm a Gemini myself, so I like to listen to different perspectives, beliefs. I try not to stay too fixated. That's what Gemini full moon is teaching us as well, right? A spectrum. So if you want to understand a different perspective on the evil eye, I highly encourage you to check out that link. I will put it as the first link with the Mercury retrograde reading, because it's something that it's coming up very strongly. I'm not going to go into full detail. If you feel drawn to that understanding, the deeper meaning behind the evil eye, go watch it. Rabbi Abe, shout out to you. I wish you all the best. Pray. Heal. Hold your vision, dear one. Bye for now.